You saw that? I'm just asking you. Did you see that? You can't really say too much. Me? I ain't doing nothing. What? I ain't saying nothing. I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump, that's the best president we ever had, man. What are you talking about? Republicans? What you mean, dude? But you saw it though, right? I'm just trying to see. Did you see that? You did, right? Some of y'all just tuning in, you like, did I see what? What is you talking about? But for those of y'all who was in the last stream, you saw that, right? Okay. You can't say too much. You can't do too much. I love Donald Trump. I think that's the best president we ever had. Is my personal opinion. And that's just what it is. Okay? So let's continue.
So keep in mind the incident. I want to make this very crystal clear, chat. Remember I told you, if they can't win the PR public scrutiny battle, they make an allegation. The last straw for her was not him allegedly chipping her tooth, giving her bruises, doing A, B, C, and D. She claims he popped up to her house like a creepy stalker. None of that was the last straw. What's the last straw? He supposedly did an interview on TikTok that caused her hate. What did I tell y'all, chat? I'm not the oracle, but I'm going to tell y'all the truth. The physical abuse wasn't the last straw. The loss of public support was the last straw. She says on the 13th he did an interview. And now she's going to go back from the interview and then going to detail things that you should say, oh, wow, this is 10 times worse. She starts out this request for a restraining order, not by saying he's violent. She says he's winning the public sympathy war. He's going live talking about me. He's making me look bad. The thing is, with men, we suffer in silence. The woman says something about you, you're supposed to take it. And by the way, most of the stuff ain't even DDG. DDG got a great fan base. Shout out to all the DDG fans. They've been following him for years, some of them for decades. They're invested in DDG's life. They want DDG to be around this kid. They like DDG's kid. A lot of them they're doing it on their own recognizance. Hallie, why DDG don't got his kid? DDG ain't sending them. But as soon as she's losing the public battle, she now goes to the courts and she gives an allegation. Your Fruit Jams in the chat. What up?
Haley is signed to the baby.
Beyonce made y'all babysit yet?
He's like obsessed with Beyonce.
Which means she's signed to the Jigga Man. Her baby daddy, didn't nobody know that she was pregnant until right before the end. And then it was all wonderful and it was great. And then all of a sudden he's not treating her right. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Are we sure that's real? Because she got a restraining order against him.
Yesterday, Hallie was granted temporary sole physical and legal custody of her son that she shares with DDG Halo.
He said that he was defending himself from her, just like Chris Brown was defending himself from Rihanna in that car.
Wait. You don't got to defend yourself like that from Rihanna. I saw them pictures of Rihanna, bro. Some of these millennials wasn't alive when that happened. She looked like she got in a straight fist fight. He was past defending himself unless she turned into a vampire. And from what we know from pop culture, vampires got super strength. You can't defend yourself from a vampire. You know, that's a lot of punches. Defending yourself is like, get off me. Maybe you throw a punch and run. No, dude, you whooped on her. Or somebody whooped. I'm not saying Chris did. We don't know who did it. Somebody whooped on her. Like she got jumped by several people and kicked in the face. Also, that's how you guys should Google that picture. I don't have it right here, but I remember seeing that when it first happened. I ain't saying maybe a spirit got inside of Chris and the spirit did it. Because Chris was, when they was asking him, why did you do it? He was like, yo, he was acting like he didn't even remember it. But that's not defending. So, Jaguar, don't put what happened to Rihanna and Chris Brown and defending, don't put all those together in the future.
So she grabs my nut. And when she do that, her arm, I think, as I'm driving, because I'm still trying to drive.
She said she had a chip too. But then again, it was also noted that chip, it was working before this incident.
Yeah.
So now we just going back and we just snatching up anything that happened and then throwing it in there. That's what we doing. Kiki Palmer and Paul dude.
Yeah.
Also attached to the Jigga Man and the Diddler. And from what I remember, Kiki's baby daddy is also a Diddyite as well and been messed over by the Diddler. Allegedly.
A bombshell was revealed in court today that Cassie will receive $10 million from the Intercontinental Hotel in LA. That's the same hotel where Diddy is captured on surveillance video beating and kicking Cassie after a freak-off. The settlement just happened within the past month, but it was the defense that made her expose it through their line of questioning. It's part of the defense's strategy to convince the jury that, in part, Cassie is motivated by money. It was on day 3 of the trial that we learned that she settled her lawsuit against Diddy for $30 million. And even though part of the defense's strategy is that Cassie already had money and access to wealthy men before she met Diddy, it also zeroed in on her financial situation right before she filed the lawsuit. They pointed out that 1 month before she filed the lawsuit in November of 2023, she, her husband, and their 2 kids moved in with her parents in Connecticut from LA. And then Diddy...
Real quick, Dave was in the other live stream, and then some happened. You saw that, right? I started this live stream out by saying, you saw that, right? You saw what happened? There was a kid named Nigel that was in that last live stream. He was saying, dang, I wish I had YouTube money. I don't know, bro, because they could kind of, YouTube is a job. Just like they can fire you for the right reason, the wrong reason, any reason within the first 90 days, YouTube is like that. So you don't want to ruffle the wrong feathers. You don't want to say the wrong thing. Look at Soul Illuminati. He got mad followers, and they just banned him. Then they unbanned him when he said, you know what, I'm going to just go to Kick. Matter of fact, I got a Kick. Y'all should go over there. Honest Adonis 2. Same channel as this. Number 2. Same name as this. I think I might become a live streamer. I might. We'll see. But I love Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is the best president we've ever had in the history of presidencies. That's just me.
His defense attorney asks her, were they having financial issues? To which she responds, no, we wanted to move back to the East Coast. But the defense doesn't stop there. They actually go on to point out that their only income at the time was her husband's salary as a personal trainer and whatever job she was booking. They go on to say that summer she was preparing to go on tour in New Zealand and Australia, but as soon as she settled the lawsuit with Diddy, she canceled it. But before the settlement with the Intercontinental is revealed, during redirect examination, the prosecutor asked Cassie, would you give the money back if you could just erase everything and never had to have done freak-offs or experience everything that you experienced? And this is when Cassie breaks down. She just starts sobbing. The most she's cried the entire time she's been on the stand. She's grabbing tissues and crying into her hands. They even ask her, do you want a break? But she says, no, I want to continue. And through her tears, she says, I would give the money back so I wouldn't.
That's the whole thing about this thing, man. We got to stop associating. It's tough, man. It's really tough. We got to stop associating. I don't want to say associating money with women. We have to stop associating monsterific acts that happened to women with money. And women have to help in that fight. Because just like there's these weird dudes that's making regular guys like myself, solid guys, look like all men are monsters, we be checking them weirdos. That's why I be talking about these weird guys. We don't hang out with them dudes. A lot of us guys stopped dealing with weird dudes when they might have said something weird in a conversation. We was all hanging out at a pub or whatever like that, and he said something that sounded questionable. And we said, wait, say that again? He said it again, and we was like, "What you explain what you mean by that? Because you sounding a little rapey right now, right?" And the guy has tried to clean it up, and we was like, "Nah. You be Ruthian girls? We'll stop messing with him." Every guy in this chat has a story like that somewhere in their life, where he heard a man say something that sounded just strange, and you stopped hanging with that dude, haven't seen him in years. So women have to help in that same way. I know you're not going to check all these women and all that stuff like that. I'm not saying that's your job to do. I'm saying, but it would help us men to have better discernment, because very rarely, I know when I just heard her say that, it was a shock, but in my heart of hearts, it wasn't a shock. Because yeah, these girls would give the money back, because that they don't want to be violated. They don't want you to give them 10 million and now you can violate me. Do you want to get violated as a man? I'll go to prison for an hour if you give me 30. Shut up. No, you wouldn't. No, you would not. You would say, I'll get the 30 million a different way. Or I just will never get 30 million. But do I want to get violated for 30? No, I don't. Get out of my face. And you know it, fellas. So, again, I'm going to get off the soapbox.
You have to work so hard to get it back. And when the prosecutor asks her to clarify what it is, she says her agency and her autonomy. But the defense attorney isn't backing down. It's her turn to ask questions again. And she starts off by saying, this has been hard for you. Your name has been in the press. You face scrutiny. And then she reveals that she settled with the Intercontinental and then asks Cassie to reveal how much for. And when Cassie says $10 million, you can hear audible gasps in the courtroom. And with that, Cassie leaves the stand. And as she's passing me to get out of the courtroom, she just goes, whew.
When I die, I want my last words to be, I did it. I did it. Yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom Duke might have a good time. Cause ain't sitting in the house playing, outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to strip club. I don't care. Happy 50th.
That's a weird guy, women. That's a weird guy that says, I'll go to the strip club with my mama. He's weird. That's got to be a red flag, ladies. He's a weirdo. I don't even be wanting to curse. Some of y'all have said, yo, man, YouTube stopping you from cursing? No, my nigga. My mother watched my stuff. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Yes. Yes, that's a different level of cringe when your mother is watching you on YouTube. She's not whack. She's like, oh, I love it, baby. I'm like, okay, mom. That's weird. You going to the strip club. There should be a level of shame. I'm trying not to curse, not even for the algorithm. Because my mother's watching, and my mama curse. I don't want to curse in front of my moms. Nobody does. But some guys do. He's weird. Women, let's continue with the weirdness.
Y'all know y'all gonna have to turn up tonight, right? All right now. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
He's weird. These are senior citizens who went back and got their degree. He's telling old folks to turn up. Ain't no party like a Diddy. I don't want to party with no one older than me. Not like no. No. He's weird. Men, this guy is weird.
I know how y'all was doing it back in 64.
Gross. That's weird. I don't want to think about how old people was doing nothing. Ever. I only want to think of you as an old person. Go to grandma's house. I don't want to think of nothing else besides that. He's strange.
Dancing.
Hennessy. Come out and play.
Diddy, come on out.
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
Nothing.
Bro. What's one thing that people get wrong about Diddy? Ain't nothing wrong about Diddy. Whatever you heard, I did it. Gross.
And I mean, nothing is real anymore. Everything real will be fake, and everything fake will be real. That's what I was saying 3 years ago when AI was getting crazy.
What sound are you talking about? Tell me, do you hear it right now?
This right here is not real. This is Google video.
One move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time.
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
Every video I'm showing you in this video is...
Wait a minute. I just gotta bring this back right fast because some of these videos I didn't pre-screen. Shout out to my guy Dave that says it's like a squeaking chirp. Like this? Is that what you hear? Tia says yes, she thinks it's the chair. All right, we're going to do this. Remember what happened in the last stream? It just cut out. The second part of that is, what are they doing to the sound? That's why I don't want to get too close to these conspiracy things. I might just start just reacting to straight comedy, nothing conspiracy at all. Nah, it's none of that. It's none of that. Now what do you hear? You're correct, Barwan Darlington. You're correct. At least that's what I believe. You hear something now? It still sounds like that? Now you don't hear nothing, right? Okay. Let's try this now.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, is real anymore. Everything real will be fake, and everything fake will be real. That's what I was saying 3 years ago when AI was getting crazy. This right here is not real. This is Google Veo.
One move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time.
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
Every video I'm showing you in this video is all going to be artificial intelligence. But think about everything that's happened these last 2 years. Everything they released to the public, they are decades farther than that. So if they are releasing this now, they must have had this technology for a very long time now. The streamers leading the youth to pollution, are half of them even real? And what about the holographic technology that can show stuff like this right in front of us and it looks real as well? These artificial generations are so good they could literally fool any person on the earth right now. Don't forget, most of life in 2025 happens on the phone and not in real life. There's only one reason things like this would be allowed. I'm not going to tell you what that is, so I'm sure you can figure it out.
Everybody was down with the freaking. Puffy just the fall guy. Nigga, you know how many people shaking in their boots that's on them tapes? How many Chris Tucker name on there? There's a bunch of people name on there. But isn't it ironic that they give us all the details about Puffy and then give us no details about Jeffrey Epstein? So, homie, I just want to remind people, as humble and as meek and righteous you think your favorite celebrity is, they exist in an evil world. And for them to maintain in that world,
they have to be okay with evil things. Whether it's T.I., man, you have to be okay with evil things because you don't get this high. Religious people have always said that evil things and evil high power of principalities exist in high places. Evil exists in high places, huh? How do you think he could do that for so long?
We know you know.
Has the Illuminati approached you about sacrificing anyone to make it happen?
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah, according to the internet, I've been in the Illuminati. What's the thing where
He had to throw that in there all the time, according to the internet. According to what the internet say. Yeah. That's what, according to them. He had to throw that in there. That's a good one. I was real slick. But we know being in the genre, they have to tell you. They have to, you know what I mean? I don't know if there's a treaty that says you can't lie after you tell them the truth, but you have to say it. Whether they believe it's the truth or not, I think that's on them.
said people eating babies? What was that?
That was Gate, right?
Yeah, I was in that too.
You was in Gate?
That's what they said.
Wow.
I was eating babies.
You up there. Wow. They think you like...
So what is that?
Wow.
So Illuminati is not the same thing. No, I don't think it's
it might be the same elite circles.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they eating babies for sure.
That's what they say, yeah.
They eating babies.
So the restaurant is going to be a baby-based restaurant. So you're going to eat babies. What is it?
Don't play like you don't know, Kevin. We've seen other interviews.
I call it the room with the door behind it. You never get to that door. We always got through the first door, and we were so excited about being in that room that we never looked at the next door.
Cuts the break.
I'm gonna stop right here.
Look.
We're back. This is
Like, come on, this look on Jay-Z's face says it all. Guessing here, he finally went through that door.
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? You've been on, Oh, they're in the room.
Instead, he is threatening that he will take our son 50% of the time. Okay, let's read it again. Instead, he is threatening that he will take our son 50% of the time.
Yeah, because if you take the kid 50% of the time, you've got more input in whether your kid becomes a transformer. That seems to be the trend in Hollywood, for your kid to be a transformer. Now, I said on my last live stream that they just totally eviscerated. YouTube is the new Hollywood. They're showing these kids. DDG barely got her start on YouTube. We know that, right? She was singing all of Beyonce's songs, the Bailey sisters. That's where they got their start on YouTube. And DDG got his start streaming on the internet, we may as well say. He got his start streaming. And now he's got as much influence as some of these Hollywood stars. It looks like, allegedly, it could be wrong. It's probably wrong. It's probably not this. The old guard, which is Hollywood, is switching over to the new guard, which is YouTube. It's like TV and Hollywood gave up. They're throwing in the towel. They're like, all right, YouTube, you won. We can't compete. One of the reasons we see a lot of Hollywood stars, it started with seeing them in commercials. I might do a deep dive on that. Remember when we see a lot of Hollywood stars doing commercials and we like, why are you doing a commercial? Back when we was young, you used to do a commercial so that you could break into Hollywood. The big screen, the small screen TV is a small screen. Now you guys stop doing big budget Hollywood movies to do commercials. Why? These sponsors aren't paying you more. That's because I think television and Hollywood kind of saw the writing on the walls and knew YouTube was the new. Because YouTube is 20 years old. YouTube has been the new television, especially for all of us who have kids. My kids don't even watch TV. They only watch the internet. You guys, tell me I got a 19-year-old, got a 13-year-old. All they do is watch. I don't think we've ever had cable. For a little while we did maybe, but for like the past 10 years, they haven't watched cable. My 13-year-old, she never watched cable. She only watched YouTube or the internet or whatever, because everything is on there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what's happening. So you have to do the same stuff in YouTube, the new Hollywood, that they did in the old Hollywood. If you look at all these Hollywood stars, they be turning their kids, they be turning them into Transformers. I've never seen so many kids who want to be Transformers. So I think that could be what's happening. Maybe not, possibly not. But I do think that he's getting indoctrinated, or he could be a plant, and all of his followers are being shown, this is what you're going to have to do if you want to be a YouTuber. Like my guy Nigel said, dang, I want some YouTube money. Not if it means you got to do that. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But what do they even have to do? Nothing. This is all entertainment. This is alleged. This is Blue's Clues. This is Star Wars. This is not real.
He will take our son 50% of the time. Instead, he threatens me with 50-50 custody. Threatens me. Not threatens to take the child away. Not threatens to get full custody. But he threatens me with 50-50 custody. Why is that a threat?
I just explained, you beautiful lady. The threat is because she, along with the people who she signed with, and I'm not going to say, but you know by now who she signed with, they want to turn the kid into a transformer. Or they need the kid for these strange segs magic rituals that open portals and give them power and everlasting life, or a longer life. Isn't that why they're using the kids? Because the kids, what is it, the stem cells in the kids? Something like that. Some of you in the chat, you guys know what I'm talking about. Stem cells, especially stem cells from babies, are supposed to be whatever. How are you going to get these stem cells if you don't have kids? The rest of us just get old because we don't have access to the stem cells. But, right? Right, Attila? Right? Are you making a connection? Is that why you're like, oh, I'm not sure. We all watch these conspiracy things, and we've been hearing this for years. Yes, Tia, I can't say it out loud because that word is somehow banned. That word is banned. But yes, that. Type that word in any other search engine outside of Google. Right? Different social media sites. Nothing will even come up. How is that possible? How is that possible?
What? Excuse me, Hallie? Why is that a threat, Hallie? 50-50 custody? That should be something you're okay with. But you're not, huh?
Dave, look in the chat and see what my girl Tia put up. That it isn't on paper banned, but it's like one of those, it's like unspoken that it's banned. Search it on a popular search engine outside of Google. Different social media sites. Nothing, they'll say, oh, it's an error. I asked GPT about it. He started talking and then he was like, oh, there was an internal error. I swear to God, I said, yo, why did you, oh, there's an internal error. I said, why won't you tell me internal error?
Interesting. I'm not judging, okay? I'm not picking a side and I'm not judging. I'm just taking notes.
What type of bullshit is this? So Twitch decided to unban Soluminati right after he made a YouTube video speaking about potentially moving to Kick. He says he has no idea why he was even banned in the first place, and he finds it unfair that Twitch banned him all because he responded to somebody that was disrespecting his family. But he thinks that the reason they're targeting him is because he had a peak of 87,000 viewers and that he's growing way too fast, because he just returned to streaming back on Twitch not even a month ago. And he's exactly right. Y'all just trying to find any reason to ban him because he shouldn't even have been banned the first.
And that happens when you grow too fast. That happens. If your channel is just growing and growing and growing, there's something that's said later on in this video. I'm gonna touch on this with that, what he says. This also is to answer the dude Scroto. This would be the answer to that.
First time he was speaking positively about a certain community, and you guys for some reason didn't like that. And now this time all he did was respond back to somebody. He didn't use no TOS words at all. He was talking his little spicy shit, and then you banned him for that. And then after he posted,
Dave, remember this thing you just said? You said he's probably right, because if you count, hold on to that. Let's
the YouTube video saying that he was gonna hit Aiden up and he wanted to move to Kick. Oh, now you want to unban him now, and that just proves that you guys were in the wrong.
We split off from the original timeline on 11 when Project Looking Glass used our collective fear and confusion from that day.
You saw how that word cut out? That's one of those words you're talking about, David, dude. That's one of them. That's one of them ones.
To jump us to the darkest timeline. Meanwhile, the true timeline is going on simultaneously parallel to us. This is the one where the Fruit of the Loom has the cornucopia, and Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father." These two timelines remained separate until CERN turned on the Large Hadron Collider in 2009, making it the most powerful particle accelerator to ever exist. That's when the Mandela effect stuff started happening. That's when the timelines began to cross. 9 days after they fired that sucker up, and it reached its peak luminosity, a blue spiral portal appeared in the sky over Norway. Then in 2012, the year that the Mayans predicted the world would end, Large Hadron Collider at CERN discovers the God particle, the Higgs boson. 2 years later, Malaysian airline Flight 370 disappears into thin air. An entire 777 and all 239 passengers on board gone without a trace. Then in 2016, after proton collisions begin at LHC, a series of events results in Harambe's death. This is on the dark timeline, the one that we've been on. Now, because of Harambe's death, several thousand people voted for Harambe as a joke as a write-in candidate in the 2016 election. And many suggest that this tipped the scales in the favor of a Donald Trump presidency. Then fast forward to May in 2023, way up there, the Large Hadron Collider had been shut down for upgrades, and as soon as it turns back on, we have the submersible implosion at the bottom of the ocean with the billionaires on board. And in the true timeline, people have been waking up to the lies of 9/11 and Project Looking Glass. Again, how they did this was plunge the world into a state of fear and chaos. Use that collective distraction to jump us into the darkest timeline. They need everybody to be on a lower frequency in order to jump the whole planet into a new timeline. But in the true timeline, people were waking up to the lies of 9/11 and Project Looking Glass, and in a revolution, capitalism falls. Now, I tried to reconcile these two timelines on August 8th, 2024, last year, and I don't know if we were successful. I don't know if all the chaos going on in the world right now is just a result of the timelines merging, of a tower moment where old structures need to crumble so that something new can be born, or if we simply did not have enough people to jump us back to the true timeline. I explain all this in my book, Manic Pixie E-Girl, a book about jumping timelines, alternate realities, tarot cards, government conspiracies, the Mandela effect, and healing from addiction. I've lowered the price about as low as it can go, so get it while you have the chance.
So, in short, Back to the Future 2 was low-key a documentary. Not a documentary about any specific people or even time travel, but more so about the alternate timelines. That's one of the secrets of Back to the Future 2. Biff's timeline, where he was a lame, and then the new timeline, where he was some exclusive dude. You get it? I can't say too much because you see how they like already attack. And I'm not even a big channel. So it's like they're trying to nip it in the bud, you know what I'm saying? But also still trying to be covert. Like we ain't doing nothing. Use imagine it. He got he got dementia. We ain't doing nothing. But
no one talking about this. Lizzo Conspiracy was not on my 2025 bingo card. On February 28th, Lizzo released the new song called Love in Real Life. This is posted to her TikTok channel. The video appears that it begins like it's starting the day after the events that they're going to flash through. Lizzo is passed out on the hood of a white Cadillac and appearing like she's in an inverted cross position. The flashing images opens with Lizzo getting ready for something. It appears that she attends some type of party. There's candlelight. And then there's some really strange, questionable imagery that is flashed, and Lizzo appears like she's terrified. A bunch of images can be flashed at a person so quickly that they may not be consciously aware of what they're seeing, but the brain is aware of what it's seeing, and you may never realize what you're actually seeing. And everything's alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm picking up a lot of imagery and symbolism associated with the inverted cross or something demonic. Do you see this picture? Look at that shadow up there. It looks like horns, but everything kind of blends together. This photo is from the quote-unquote party, or I don't know what this is. There's a bunch of candlelight, but you see this guy in the background. When the video is actually playing, it's really quick. His eyes don't open at all, so I zoomed in on it. It looks like the guy is somehow connected to that, but it gets a little stranger. Lizzo, what kind of party is this? What is this? Like this is weird. This flashes really quickly, guys, while she's talking about love in real life. Here's another image and another image. This one too. This one actually appears sideways, which is kind of strange. I'm going to turn it for you so you can see what this image is, but this is how it presents in the original video. I already showed part of this image, but it's really faint. It looks like it says S, X, and maybe the letter E, but here's the thing about the brain. The brain, they found out through research, I'm talking about this in another video, the brain can pick up on actually explicit content before you even realize it, if you ever realize it. And there's also, you ever seen the thing where you can read something perfectly even though the middle part is not there? That's what it's giving to me. I showed you this earlier in the video. This image appears first, and then this image appears directly after it. It flashes, and everything's kind of like in this red tone. And they keep like flashing to these dance scenes in the street, which is kind of really strange. So I rotated the image, and I've seen this somewhere before. I've seen it in the same video. I've also seen some version of that imagery in Beyonce's performances. That image is from the Billboard Awards performance from 2011. These are also just a couple other images that were part of that. Now I'm gonna play the entire clip at full speed. So now you know what's actually being flashed in front of your eyes.
These are the last days, y'all. No, I'm not talking about some apocalypse or something like that. These are the final days of celebrity culture. In 2025, we're about to see a totally brand new version of the industry. I think it starts with the downfall of the people who've been committing heinous crime after crime after crime behind the scenes. People who've been getting away with things for years after years after years and had nobody answer for it because they had so much power and money are now being exposed to the light. And because they're gonna fall, the rest of the celebrity culture is gonna fall with them.
And what he's leaving out, I'm not certain if he says this because I haven't heard any other person in the conspiracy genre say this. YouTube is the new Hollywood. This is the new guard. This is the changing of the guard. These guys are going to be the new gatekeepers. I like that. Lonely fans. I like that. I got a whole video on that, how they're trying to get rid of corn. They're trying to make cheating in a marriage illegal. I mean, it is illegal now, but like prosecutable illegal. What else? This mad stuff. Like, they've been attacking men, but now they're starting to attack the women. Like, they just got rid of, what is it? They got rid of like welfare or something like that. It's like a whole domino effect that they're using to get people off of welfare. And at the same time, they're coming at people for the student loans. They're like, we're just gonna, remember Biden was saying student loan forgiveness? Like, where did that go? It's almost like that was a smokescreen so they could raise the gas to $5 a gallon. Allegedly. I don't remember what gas was. Do you? It was probably $1.50 a gallon. Probably. Anyway, and so there's no more debt forgiveness. They're just coming and say, yo, we need that. We're going to either garnish your wages or we're just going to take your tax returns. Dang. it's starting to look like 7 women will take hold of 1 man.
I believe this is what Kendrick Lamar was talking about on Watch the Party Die. Him going after Drake and dropping a song like Meet the Grams, etc. was a domino effect that's leading to everything that's happening right now. I would also like to believe that Cat Williams was a part of the process beginning with his interview. Think about it, we've been watching this industry glorify a bunch of things that pull you away from your higher self and pull you away from God. And now we got an album out that's got multiple songs on the billboards in the top 10 talking about God, reincarnated. Bro, Luther is the highest streamed album on the song, and one of the bars is talking about putting your enemy in front of God and catching fire. Like, bro, we're watching the shift. Pay attention.
I remember this photo of Jennifer Lopez. It was a gym photo she took, and people realized when they zoomed in a little bit, there was a person, seemed to be like a kid or maybe a man, who knows, in the door with their mouths covered, and they look scared. Did we ever get an answer to that? Did we ever get an explanation? I just want to know. Because, yeah, that's...
Remember when J-Lo was on the stage telling everybody who to vote for? Maybe J-Lo could have been nervous because she looked scared for her life. Maybe she knew she had somebody locked, I should say trapped in the closet on R. Kelly status. Maybe she knew that. It's for entertainment purposes. That's not what happened. This is an AI picture, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
They can't scare you. They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
See,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
Ain't going nowhere, baby.
Kanye 2024.
If I ever went anywhere, we know why. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The difference between Diddy and niggas like Future not dating no bitches who too uppity who be on some shit like this. Future dating some bitches who know what it is. Diddy dating some bitches that don't know what it is. Like they believe in fairy tale love. They believe somehow he's going to leave his family and stop fucking with other girls and be with them. All these niggas doing the same thing. Bro, they're in the music industry, bro. They're all fucking all these bitches. Future's just fucking with the hoes that they realistic. They know Future got mad bitches. You know what they do? They just let Future trick on them. And then they keep it moving. Just look at the woman who's coming out to make these accusations. None of them look like the bitches that Future dating. Des Dior ain't coming out saying a fucking thing. We don't even know if she could talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. A rapper told me that. They say, yo, listen, sometimes you gotta date ghetto bitches because they know what it is. And this is a real rapper who told me. He said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, my girl, like, she go through my phone when I'm sleeping. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. She broke my window, my car window. I ain't gonna lie, that bitch punched me in my mouth one time, man.
Nah. Me and my wife was actually just talking about this. You guys should subscribe to my channel, Honest Adonis Reactions. My wife breaks it down for you guys from a female's point of view. She tells you female logic. Not to say that women are whatever, but a lot of times women do stuff and they don't even know why they dislike. It's nature. Have any of you seen the video of I'm gonna go back to this. Hold on. Have you seen the video where the woman is playing with this baby bear and the bear's like licking her face and she's all smiling and happy, and then the bear gets aggressive and bites her chin, right? And then the feed dies or whatever like that. Yeah, because the bear's nature, it's an animal. It smelled some salmon on her. That's the backstory to that picture. The bear smelled the salmon and its natural instincts kicked in, and it's like salmon, and it totally bit her. That's what I mean. Women's their nature will kick in, their instincts will kick in, and they'll do something and they won't really even realize why they did it. Really, really deep women know how, they know why they do it and all that type of stuff, and they can break that down. But for the most part, a lot of women, they don't even realize what they're doing. My wife breaks that down. She tells you the why of why a woman did this thing. She didn't do it for the reason that we think as guys. It's never for the reason we think as guys. We've got a hunch. But my wife breaks it down and says, no, this is why we as women do it. Some of us women know we're doing it. Some of us women don't even realize, but we still do it. That's just the way the Almighty made them. That's just the way nature made them, and you got to deal with that as a man. Now, put that on to what this guy right here was saying. Me and my wife was saying, nah, man, there's like a loneliness epidemic going on, and that's all a part of the Matrix. That's a part of the CIA operative, what's her name, Gloria Steinem, telling women you don't need a man. Women absolutely do need a man. At the very least, you need a man for your ego as a woman. You need a man for your ego. When you brag as a woman, oh, this guy keeps bothering me. Yes, fellas, women are bragging when they're talking to their girlfriends. Oh my God, these guys are all over me. Just leave me alone and let me just be in the gym and working out. They're talking to other women. They're bragging to those women. The brag is, look how many guys want me. Ha ha, you ugly bitch. These men want me more than they want you. I win. What did she win? The imaginary competition in her brain. Ask any woman in this chat. She doesn't realize she's doing that, but when I just now said that, she said, holy shit. That's exactly what's going on. Whether she wants to tell me, you should tell your man that. Don't admit it in this chat. Tell your husband that. Yes, that's true, baby. That, and I don't even know why I do that. I'm saying that to say, no, you do not need to be dating these girls that's going to punch you in your face. A broken man. He was broken somewhere in his childhood. Some weird Diddy type of dude. He got problems. Future's got problems, man. He's not normal. He got problems. That's why he want to date these kind of girls. No sane, healthy man wants to date or be around unhealthy people. I don't believe it. I'm not gonna believe it. So this is why I say subscribe to that channel. My wife it's my channel, but she's over there doing that because she breaks it down way better. And her face is more, she's easier to look at than I am. No doubt, no doubt. She's way easier to look at than and her voice is way more pleasant sounding than mine is. Honest Adonis Reactions, go over there, check it out. But let's get back to this.
You know what he say? He said he called her do some fuck shit. He said he slapped the shit out of her. I said, damn, you went to jail? He said, my bitch don't call the police. He said, I did ghetto bitches. They know what it is. We have ghetto relationships. They don't know about sex trafficking. They don't know about that type of shit. It's also the women you deal with. If you deal with the Cassies in them, then she come from Connecticut, like, she's basically white.
These bitches be 18 with her OnlyFans. You ain't even attempt to fill out an application for school or nothing. You just show straight pussy, my baby. That's tough. And then all y'all thoughts, y'all only got like 2 years of relevancy. I heard y'all talking about Sophie Rain. I don't hear nobody talking about Sophie no more. Yeah, I know who the little bitch is.
Well, Ariana Grande really showed that she's on the dark side of things, y'all. Not just because she's showing us her backside and that she got all red on. It's always the red, y'all. They love showing red. So y'all remember during the Oscars.
Is that a dress with a red shoe in the back? That's a strange fashion choice.
She had 2 dresses on. One of them was this. I didn't notice before, but I noticed now. Look what's on her back, y'all. Do y'all see that shit? It's a red heel. So a lot of people looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? Hold up. They say the devil's in the details, but the truth is hidden in plain sight, which is that shoe. If y'all haven't heard about the Red Shoe Club, go look it up. You will be amazed. So we all know that the red symbolizes what we bleed.
Leave a comment if you want me to do a deeper dive on the Red Shoe Club.
The shoe wasn't worn by accident. And the fact that it's red.
Oh snap! That is Dorothy Wizard of Oz. Oh wow, wow, that is that.
It too. That's just showing the ritual mark. So I need y'all thoughts down below. Did y'all catch this at the Oscars? And do y'all think I'm explaining it right, or is it just fashion?
When you say everything's a lie, what are you referring to?
I think everything is a lie.
Wow.
I think.
Why do you think that?
How could you not? I mean, you're way deeper in this stuff than I am. I think it's all a show. I think everybody is out for themselves.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks to see that and to know it. And I mean, you know, COVID just got a lot of people thinking, to include me. And then when you start diving into, it just leads to all these different rabbit holes, right? The Epstein stuff, the COVID stuff, it just legitimately everything, the UFO shit, all of it.
Should we be, I've reached a similar conclusion by that. I'm not making fun of you. Of course, I agree with you. But should we be shocked by that? Or does it say that really explicitly in the New Testament? And like, we're just dumb and naive if we thought anything other than that.
Well, I mean, and it says, right? I am the only truth. Yeah. I am the truth.
Yeah, and Satan runs the world, by the way. It says that.
And so I think everything is a deception. Everything. Maybe even our whole reality is a deception.
That's pretty terrifying to think about. I think it's even more terrifying if it's true. Our whole reality is a deception. But I mean, that's what this genre is, right? Everything we know is a lie.
A little more, just talk about what you're excited about seeing him get on the stage tonight.
He's great. We love Diddy. We're so proud of him.
All the time. You know, we have keys to each other's places.
Oh, you
so,
do?
Yeah.
Is that good? Do you go into her place when she's not home?
Yeah.
Oh, you
all
do?
The time. All the time, you know, I still close.
To sign us, and then we were just catapulted into this really awesome, endearing mentorship and, you know, just her guiding us along the way.
When did y'all first meet her?
Oh, wow. Well, when we first met her, I was 4. And we acted too.
What? You were 4 and you were 2?
Yep, and it was in the Fighting Temptations. I played the younger version of her when I was like 4.
Oh, wow.
Well, no more Halo. Things just got 10 times worse for DDG after Holly has just filed for full custody and stated that he can no longer be with the kid alone ever again. You see,
These are the new stars, man. My 13-year-old knows who this dude is. Like, more than she even knows who, like, stars from our generation are. Like, she heard of them, but they're like, yeah, you know, you're not doing it bigger than this person is doing. These are the new stars. And I think they're indoctrinating, allegedly, possibly, probably not. I'm just in fear, and this is probably not true. I'm old, and I'm a hypochondriac. They're indoctrinating the younger generation to think that this stuff is normal. It's normal for the girl to just take the kid. It's normal for your kid to be a transformer. That's normal. A transformer is normal. Transformers, more than meets the eye. That's normal for that to. Maybe. I mean, possibly. Probably not. But who knows?
She has brought to the court's attention that she wants complete full custody of Halo due to her abuse and stated that DDG can only be allowed to see Halo for 6 hours, one time out the week, and it has to be through a supervised company. She stated that he also is banned from ever taking the kid out places with him or like out the country without permission or consent. Claiming the reason she's doing this is because in the past, DDG has quote unquote tried to abduct Halo or hide Halo from her instead of returning Halo. So now it's up to a court to see if she gets everything that she's asking for. And if she does, he is cooked. As you guys remember, she's accusing him of attacking her and leaving bruises and chipping her tooth. You have women on social media parading this, saying that yes,
she needs to do this because DDG should not be around that kid no way. And you have others saying that this is a messed up thing to do to a father. Regardless of the fact.
Well, let's get past that. It's a messed up thing to do to a kid. You're not letting the kid have access to their dad. Later, for what the dad wants, the kid deserves the right to be around both parents. So, but it just seems like they're making this normal. Or is this normal in this new timeline? I don't know, because my audience is like 34 to 54, according to my analytics. So all of us have some kids. If you're the dad, you got the son, that means you can't see your grandkid no more. Either way, your grandkid is going to be messed up in the game because he or she, the grandkid, didn't have as much access to both parents like we did. If we didn't have our dad, we had granddad, great-granddad. I don't even think these kids have great-grandfathers anymore. I mean, there was some type of OG uncle. There was some type of patriarchal figure in the household. My guy, Mr. Universe, says this is normal. Nah, it's not normal. It's just been normalized. Like, right after COVID happened, like, from what, correct me if I'm wrong, but like from what I remember, days after COVID happened, they were telling us this is the new normal. Bro, that never happened before. Days after it happened, you're telling us this is the new normal? Why? Why? Is our whole reality a deception?
I got no opinion on this. What do you guys think about this situation? Yeah.
Why would they be shutting down the institution Job Corps?
Because they're normalizing don't have a job. The new job is going to be YouTube, the internet. It's going to be that. The new jobs are, it's here now. The new jobs are the internet. Period. That's why I'm talking to this person, Attila. If you don't have no type of talents or no type of internet skills, you don't know how to use AI, your life is over with. So hopefully, maybe you can get a job trolling. It seems like you're a pretty good troll. You know, but it's like they're always hiring for trolls. Trolling is going to be like the new McDonald's job. That's not going to really pay you that much money. But then why do they need you? Because they got AI who control. Are you an AI, Attila?
Within the last 24 hours, most students from Job Corps all around the country have found out that there's a good chance that some, if not all, Job Corps will be shut down within the next couple months if we don't do something about it and if they don't change their minds up top.
They're not.
I don't know if this is happening in other Job Corps, but a lot of students have seemed to either not care or think that it's too corny or too useless to do anything.
I'm going to tell you why they're shutting down Job Corps. And what Job Corps is was a college-based, trade-based.
Shout out to all of you people who went to Job Corps. I went to Job Corps. Yes, I didn't graduate because, you know, various reasons. But shout out to all of us who remember Job Corps and went to it.
In a college atmosphere. Lived there, wear uniforms. A lot of people went there just to go fuck. I think until you were the age of 25, 26, a lot of people got employed through Job Corps. But they're shutting it down. Why would they shut it down? I'm gonna tell you why. Because those jobs will not exist no more. And you're preparing for the great switch. But hey, that's fear-mongering. I'm crazy. It's a conspiracy that AI and robotics is going to take your job. It's a conspiracy that UBI is coming. The landscape's not landscaping, and I'm a fear-mongering idiot. Peace to you guys.
I keep seeing people mad about this Casa Not situation at his streaming university. I'm going to tell you how the shit works. You have to get permission to be rich.
David, remember I told you to hold on to that thing you said? What's the other guy? Scruncho? Scruncho was the comedian. His name wasn't Scruncho. His name was something Scrunch. Scrotto. What's that guy's name in here? Scrodoc. Scroto. Like Frodo, but Scroto. Yeah, asking me about the channel. You hear what this guy's saying? You have to have permission to be in this thing. You're not just going to be I Show Speed organically. No. They have to choose you. This generation, Gen Z, this is what they did. They figured out the internet. They figured out how to go viral. They figured out streaming. They figured that out without any of our help as the older gen. They figured it out. They might have had tutorials, whatever. Like my daughter has this iPad. She figured out how to do mad program, make music, do that. She's nice with it, like nice. Like I didn't have $1,000 to go and get this equipment to get an MPC. I had to learn how to like do music and all that stuff. A lot of people, these kids have figured that stuff out. I think Speed figured. I don't think all of these people are plants that we think they are. I think the powers that be realized, these kids figured out this technology. And if we don't control them, they might turn around and the name of P. Diddy's, his company, on his internet company, they might do that on us, like the French Revolution. They might flip out, so we got to find a way to control them. That's probably not what happened. I'm a hypochondriac. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is not real, so you shouldn't believe this because I'm a crazy guy. I'm crazy. I need my medication. Matter of fact, do I got some left? Let me take a few more pills. Let me see if I got some medication left. Do I? Yeah, I got to take these meds, so don't even listen to me. But Scroto, that's what happened. That's what's happening. They have to pick you. You can't just, you're not going to, because you will. You will just organically grow. People will just like you. Nah, dude, we got, you can't do that.
This was not for the people who are just starting and the people who are just now coming up. If they don't deem you are fit for the role that they want to give out, you are not getting picked. So it ain't about how much you gonna sell out. It ain't about how much you gonna put out. It ain't about how much you actually doing. It's about who gonna fit the role. So this happens all around Hollywood. Casanat and streaming, those guys, they are the new Hollywood. Aiden Ross, all them, that's the new Hollywood. You see what's happening to the old Hollywood. So they just starting it over on the computers.
Wait, her last album did 8K? What?
Literally has to combine your last two.
Wait, Megan Thee Stallion got Grammys and shit. No way. She not even trash. Megan Thee Stallion is not even trash. She actually.
Megan Thee Stallion is not even trash, but your album only sold 8,000? How? It kind of reminds me of Jerry Lee Lewis. Remember that guy? Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Some of y'all might not know. He did something that people didn't like, and he was never able to sell a hit record again. But his music was hit recordable. His music was dope. I'm talking about after he did this heinous thing that people didn't really like. Like it wasn't time for that to be out in the public. I think it wasn't time for that. And he just did it blatantly like, what you talking about? We've been doing this for years out here in Appalachia. We've been doing this. Never sold a record after that. So why is Megan only selling 8,000 records? When she's attractive, she's slim and everything like that. I don't know if people are writing her rhymes. Her music is very danceable. I don't agree with the stuff that she's talking about 100%, but I can't lie. She makes pretty good music. Yeah, this person is named A-Bot. They know what it is. For those of you who know, y'all know. If you know, you know. I don't even like Megan Thee Stallion like that, but I can't deny her music is good is what I'm trying to say. It's undeniable. It's catchy. It's danceable. It
probably just be sounding the same. But she not trash. She not Ice Spice trashing them. 8K? Oh, they getting rid of her, bro. She ain't bringing nothing for them now.
Now, I don't know if it was this stream or the other stream I did. So Illuminati, that's who this guy is talking. He said they'll give a girl a bag to come and mess your situation up. Is that what Megan Thee Stallion was good for? Was she put in place to mess Tory Lanez up?
Why are there hundreds of 5G towers per city constructed in the pattern of the flower of life? The answer is more sinister than you can possibly imagine. The human body is an antenna. Your bones are crystalline, your blood holds magnetite. Your nervous system is a conduit of electrical flow. The ends of your very DNA look like crosses, 3 sets of angelic Yeshua crosses, because you are meant to commune with Source. You were always meant to channel divine frequencies, cosmic loving source code as an antenna.
I believe that. I 100% believe that humans are antennas, or we have the capability to be antennas, frequencies. It's just too much. There's too much scientific proof. These people have proven frequencies and all of this stuff with the human. They've proven it, man. It's no longer I don't believe that. It's all right. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. But I 100% believe what she just said. 100%.
But the dark ones, the archons, the parasites, they saw this and they hijacked your temples. They intercepted your signal, a body part they call the aura, causing massive inflammation and sickness, and now you're being consumed. Why is there so much graphene oxide, heavy metals, and nanoparticles in the food, the rainwater, especially the vaccines? It's not for your health, it's not for progress, it's to hijack your natural signal, because you are not just flesh, you are signal, resonance, living broadcast, and when they distort your internal frequency, they can overwrite your thoughts, emotions, and eventually your destiny. COVID-19 was the first harvest trial during the pandemic. Humans were used as test subjects in the largest data mining and AI sorting.
Humans been being used. This is more stuff that they have come out and admitted. Yeah, we did that. We did that. All of the people who did it have now passed away. They've declassified CIA files, and these people are gone. So this part it's for entertainment purposes, but also it's real life that these files have been declassified. And yeah, we did that. We was testing on people. We was testing on soldiers. We was testing on the American people. We was testing children. Yeah, we got whole labs, facilities that we abandoned, and they're still out there somewhere. They're out there. Well, you might run across one. It's an abandoned testing facility. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. And the conclusions we came to are what these scientists have said. Yeah, we've been knew that. The scientists just figured that out 20 years ago. We knew that back in the 50s. Yes, that's true. So is everything we've been taught a lie? You tell me.
Operation ever seen. Yes, AI was instructed to process every piece of data. Who complied? Who resisted? Who awakened during lockdowns? Whose soul signatures spiked in divine light? And then decisions were made silently without your consent. They seek not only your obedience, but your energy through manufactured fear, hopelessness, addiction, sexual exploitation, emotional trauma. You are farmed not just for labor, but for your light, your creative source, your forces siphoned through TV, media, porns, wars, and distractions. They dumb you down so your soul's defenses weaken. Then they siphon your power to fuel their fallen matrix. They use humans as batteries, a real-life matrix, but the juice isn't electricity, it's divine soul current. And a second wave is coming in September, but this time databases will be decided wirelessly. It is time to detox and get these poisons out of your body.
Seeing this clip right here just shows me that it was never about her safety. It was never about Halo. It was about setting an example. The fact that DDG didn't fall in line with what she wanted and he left her and was doing better than her and his PR got better and her PR got worse, she was like, no. And even Disney probably stepped in. He's like, yo, you're the Little Mermaid. We got to protect your brand at all costs. It's hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. Disney just took a crazy L with Snow White. You think they want to run it back with the Little Mermaid? Hell no. And nobody's even questioning her proximity to Rock Nation. And it's always weird how in these scenarios the man always has to be quiet because they're legally binded to do so. They can never speak their side of the story. The narrative is always overtaken by the woman, bro. And all the girls is gonna run up in here and get mad that I'm saying this because y'all just hate DDG anyways. Halle tried to say that DDG was sending his fans over to send him hate. Halle did that back in November, and Halle fans have been hating DDG. They send him death threats every single day. What are we even talking about? This is not an attempt to try to ruin somebody's life. I don't know what is. Now DDG is losing out on brand deals because these brands would never stick their neck out on the line for anybody. They're going to do what's...
That's true. My guy Rod Lee just said Blueface got done in. Yeah. So is it a situation where they put that girl, whatever, Krishana, whatever her name is, they gave her a bag and they put her on Blueface? Somebody else said that's a psyop with the Bailey stuff. That again is, you know what? This is too deep, man. This is, wow. This whole audience, you guys, man, y'all are deep. Some of y'all are YouTubers in the making. I don't know why y'all haven't started a YouTube channel, but y'all be having a lot of information yourselves that when I be doing research to do these videos, I'd be like, well, God, somebody just said that. Somebody just said this in the chat. That's true. Then I'll search 3-4 more sites. I'll be like, yeah, well, what do you know? This is absolutely true. So this audience is something else, man. I really gotta give y'all a shout out. I'm not sure if any of the other channels you guys watch, these guys give you a shout out. Y'all are low key dope. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Best for their pockets. And DDG said, once this entire situation is over with, I'm charging y'all quadruple. To me, I don't know about y'all, it sounds like he plans to fight. And I think he should. There's certain people that you could look at and be like, damn, this person did it. Did he? Yes. DDG? No, I can't see it. And I know that there's like this Ring doorbell footage that was allegedly turned in. If that shows DDG in 4K doing exactly what was described, then my entire opinion on this will switch up. DDG has been with plenty of women and they never came out and said that he put their hands on them. Matter of fact, they all speak highly of him except for Ruby. And that was just because of pettiness.
I can't do nothing with college girls since I'm in my 30s. Like y'all so different now, bro. Like y'all literally look at 30 like I'm 50 years old. Like goddamn, nigga, I told you, nigga.
Wait, I am 50 years old. 50 is bad or something like that?
When I'm 60, all that, bro. Yes, I'm still gonna be cracking bitches in their 20s, nigga.
Oh, okay. So he said when he's 60, he's still gonna be messing with girls in their 20s. All right. I mean, I'm married, so is that different that I'm 50 and I'm married? Well, my wife is 10 years younger than me. But I met her when I was 33, so she was a grown-up. Interesting. Y'all leave it in the chat and let me know.
Since when, bro, every movie we watch, if it's a big drug dealer, a pimp, he an OG, he always got bad bitches with him. Now all of a sudden, I'm 40 and I only could date 40-year-olds? That's just not gonna happen.
Yo, shout out to all the 30-year-olds that's out here getting called unk and is just taking it in stride. Like, no doubt, I'm an unk, whatever. You know, I'm young, but I thought whatever happened to 30 is the new 20. So that means 50 is the new 40. That's not what that means? Whatever, man.
So let me get this straight. So Mila Kunis has allegedly moved out of her home with Ashton because of the information that is about to be released about Ashton and Demi at these Diddy freak-off parties. Videos are already surfacing of Demi Moore acting inappropriately with a child. And it's common knowledge that Demi and Ashton would attend Diddy parties repeatedly. It was well known that Diddy and Ashton were actual friends. And we also know that the reason why this power couple divorced in the first place was because of trust issues and cheating rumors. Allegedly, Demi wanted to stop going to these freak-off parties and Ashton did not. There's also a 15-year age gap, so it's very likely that she was done before him. But after he divorced Demi, he married Mila Kunis. They starred on That 70s Show together and everyone was happy that they finally got together. Everyone thought their marriage was so wholesome, so sweet, and they started their family. And allegedly, Ashton stopped going to Diddy parties after he married Mila. So is Mila moving out just to protect herself and their children from the media frenzy that's about to happen? Or are the things that are about to be revealed to us about Ashton just too severe to forgive? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Today was the most shocking day of the Diddy trial yet because Kid Cudi swore under oath that Diddy broke into his house, messed with his dog, bombed his Porsche with a Molotov cocktail, and admitted that Cassie Ventura may have been playing both sides.
But how do you know Diddy did it? Did you see him do it? Or are you just feeling like, I think he did? His name is Diddy. Yeah, he did it.
Got Miss Cudi, also known as Kid Cudi, told the court that in 2011, Diddy broke into his Hollywood Hills home, and when Cudi returned, his holiday gifts were ripped open and his dog was locked in the bathroom, visibly shaken. Later, Cudi confronted Diddy and said, "You broke into my house and messed with my dog. I don't want to talk to you." And then things escalated. In January of 2012, Cudi got a call from his dog sitter. His Porsche was on fire. The convertible top had been sliced open and the interior was scorched. Authorities later confirmed it had been hit with a Molotov cocktail. Cudi told the court that when he sat down with Diddy after the explosion, he asked, "What are we going to do about my car?" Diddy replied, "I don't know what you're talking about." Cudi told the jury, "I knew he was lying." And all of this came back to Cassie Ventura. Cudi admitted they dated briefly in 2011. He said they ended it for safety because the drama was getting dangerous. "I knew Sean Combs was violent," Cudi testified. Then came the twist. During the cross-examination, Diddy's lawyer asked, "Ventura was living two different lives. Is that true?" "Yes." "You both were played. True?" "Yes." Cudi admitted he was blindsided when he learned Cassie and Diddy were still together during their fling. He said, "I was in love with her." In court, Diddy appeared tense and didn't make eye contact with Cudi once. At one point, a fan was even kicked out for flashing a handwritten sign to support Diddy. Earlier, a hotel manager testified that Diddy left luxury suites destroyed with candle wax and baby oil. The room smelled so strong they had to spray air freshener in the hallway, and the hotel charged him an extra $1,000 every time because of this. It was a wild day in the courthouse today, so stay tuned.
Have you paid attention to all of the subtle hints of Michael Jackson revealing a lot about the media and the industry and the world as we know it or as we see it, all in this album cover? It's amazing how the things that you pay attention to, you don't really look at them until certain things just don't add up. Suspiciousness around his unaliving as well as many others. And I feel like this album cover gives a lot of detail to it. What do you all think? Leave a comment below.
Oh, Missy Elliott done plenty wrong. Missy Elliott just as dirty as every last one of these niggas that she was fucking pandering to.
Damn, are there any stars I can like? Golly, that's why I'm saying, man. I do think what you guys have been saying in the chat is true. All of these people are plants. They was all placed here to do a job, or if they got into rap, because I wanted to get into rap, be a producer, and just do all this type of stuff musically. I had good intentions, but would it have been a situation if when I got into rap, immediately they paid me off and told me, "Nah, you can't do that no more. We need you to do this." My guy, Mr. Universe, says, "No, there are no stars that you can like." This is what leads me to believe YouTube is the new Hollywood. These streamers who figured it out. Like my 13-year-old daughter. She's nice on that iPad making beats. I didn't teach her how to make beats, man. She just is doing it. Doing mad stuff on an iPad. I'm going to play them for y'all one time. Maybe I'll put them in my members section so you guys can listen to them over. Oh, yeah, join the channel. It's only $1. Maybe I'll put some stuff over there from her. Even my son, he know how to draw. He was putting all this stuff all on Instagram. He, making people clothes. He taught himself how to sew. He's a legit tailor. Legit. Like Dapper Dan back in the day. Y'all know who Dapper Dan is. I'm talking to my Gen Xers from the inner city. You know who Dapper Dan, he damn near created hip hop fashion on his own. My son is like that. I didn't teach them none of that stuff. And I think the powers that be, they already knew that. And they was like, we got to kind of cordon these talented kids off and we got to make them do what we need them to do. Because you never know. They might have been raised by a Gen Xer. Yes, it's Zoomers out here that was raised by Gen Xers. They was raised by millennials. Like my wife in 2000, something like that. She was in high school. I'm in what, like 2002 or 3. She was in like 10th or 11th grade or something like that. So she was taught by Generation Xers. So she has a lot of the Gen X mindset. Not 100%, but a lot of it. I think the powers that be, they're like, you know what? We got to find a way to switch because these kids might come through and try to be revolutionary. We don't need that. What we need you to do is tell these people to buy what we want them to buy and not buy what we don't want them to. But that's what we need. We need you to be like Britney Spears. Remember when Britney Spears got on TV and she said, I think we should all listen to the politicians and do whatever they tell us to do. Those of us from Generation X was like, bitch, what? When did you start talking about politics? But her fans was like, hell yeah, Britney, you're right. But that's just for entertainment. That's not true. It's probably some stars that we can listen to, Mr. Universe. It's some you don't know. You don't know. Sway, you don't know, Sway. You don't got the answer, Sway. See, YouTube, he just in the chat. He don't know. I believe you, YouTube. We should listen to all these stars. They know what you're talking about.
And procuring for. Why don't somebody go ask Missy Elliott about why Tweet allegedly tried to unalive herself twice over her? Allegedly. Missy Elliott, the female brain scrambler. They'd send her in to loosen the girls up and tighten them up so they wouldn't complain so much when the dudes came behind. Allegedly. Somebody go talk to Music Soul Child baby mom. What's her name? Mila from 702, who was sent to infiltrate Total and break the whole group up. Yeah, that was a Missy Elliott plant. Y'all want to know what happened to Total? Missy Elliott happened to Total. She was good for fucking up bitches' budgets and getting paid to do it. Allegedly. Facts! How quiet has she been about what happened to Aaliyah? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Missy Elliott was really pressing to get the real goods on what happened to her beloved Aaliyah. Just probably one of the most least supportive of everybody. Oh, she was an angel. Fuck you mean?
Have y'all seen what happens at the airport now if you do not have the real ID, the new license? This is totally dystopian. So first, when Resilient LA got to the airport, the first thing they did when they found out she did not have it was they took her and moved her to the side for like 10 to 15 minutes for everybody to see. So basically, act like you are some sort of criminal or something and separate you. Look how subliminal this is. They give them a red sheet of paper, red of all colors, talking about how they are non-compliant. Think about modern day schools, how they mimic modern day prisons, even like getting in line and doing certain things is all subliminal. And then the swabbing of the hands, almost like frisking, like again, like you have been pulled aside and dehumanized by the system that you are not going to walk with.
Well, unless you have your passport. Shout out to my passport brothers, my fellow passport brothers, and even my passport sisters. Shout out to the passport families. The brother, his wife, and his kids all got their passport. From what I know, you don't need the real ID if you got your passport. So remember when women was trying to shame you for getting your passport? Do those same women have a real ID? I would bet that they haven't gotten their real ID, nor have they gotten their passport. So this is probably happening to them when they go to the airport. Just to fly. You're not even flying out of the country. From New York to LA, you need one of these things. Hell, from New York to Connecticut, you need one of these real ID things. Unless, of course, you have a passport. Shout out to my international people who look at a passport like, that's just an ID. We all have passports over here. You don't got a passport. What's wrong with you? Shout out to you.
The craziest part is this. Not only did the whole ordeal take like an hour, they also swiped her phone the same way they swiped her hands. Just think for a minute of what kind of technology they could have and what they could be getting from the phone. I guarantee there's more going on than meets the eye. Get with the system or we will alienate you and make you so uncomfortable to the point where you just get with whatever we say.
Everybody should want to stay at home, girl. I don't get it. I would never date a girl who want to be social media famous in my life. Because all our life and our drama, sometimes I want to get off that shit. Like y'all see, I don't post on Instagram and shit. I'm active on Twitch right now, but I don't really take pictures for people. Nigga, when I'm taking pictures, it's kind of private. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like girls who want to be seen by a whole bunch of niggas, bro. I don't like that mentality of a bitch. I hate it. And I know it's some girls who go, I gotta start my career too. Bro, God put you on this planet to get seeds planted in you, to seed the earth. You don't have to get famous, none of this shit. Nigga,
Bro, I'm not saying, what do they say? The thoughts and opinions of the people in these YouTube clips do not necessarily reflect the views of Honest Adonis. I'm just saying that. So don't say I said nothing. YouTube, make sure you guys Subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. Like the video if you like these kind of videos. Share the video to other people who you know like these kind of videos and you yourself would like to see them on the other side of this simulation. All right? And with that, we gotta say thank you to my channel members. We said thank you to my channel members. No Diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you.